Do you remember the magical horse-drawn carriage that carried two children through pain to rediscover freedom? Into the West, the Irish film released in 1992, once brought millions of viewers around the world to tears. But behind the glamour and acclaim, many of the cast members took unexpected turns in life. Some lost everything, others left this world forever. Today, Hollywood movie stars will take you on a journey to revisit the cast of those days. Where are they now, more than 3 decades later? How old were you when you first watched this film? Leave a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Gabriel Byrne as Papa Reilly. Gabriel Byrne portrayed Papa Reilly, a nomadic father who lost his sense of direction after the death of his wife. Once known as the King of the Gypsies, he had fallen into a life of ruin, struggling with alcoholism and having abandoned his faith. The character served as the emotional core of the story, embodying deep paternal love, inner turmoil, and eventual redemption as he embarked on a journey with his 2 sons in search of freedom, guided by the magical horse Tír na nÓg. At the time he took on the role, Byrne was 42 years old and already a well-known actor in the European film industry. Gabriel Byrne was born on May 12, 1950, in Dublin, Ireland. He is the eldest of 6 siblings, with a mother who worked as a nurse and a father who was a plumber. Before pursuing the arts, Byrne worked as a teacher of Spanish and archaeology. He began his acting career relatively late, around the age of 29. Before Into the West, Byrne had gained recognition for his roles in Excalibur, 1981, Miller's Crossing, 1990, and later in The Usual Suspects, 1995. In addition to acting, he is also a producer, writer, and storyteller with remarkable depth, deeply imbued with the spirit of Ireland. His participation in Into the West not only marked a pivotal moment in his career, thanks to the emotionally rich role, but it was also the only time he appeared on screen alongside his former wife, Ellen Barkin, who played Celia in the film. Following Into the West, he continued to prove his talent through several films such as End of Days, 1999, Stigmata, 1999, and The Man in the Iron Mask, 1998. However, his most significant achievement in the past 2 decades has been his portrayal of Dr. Paul Weston in HBO's series In Treatment, a role that earned him a Golden Globe Award in 2009. However, Byrne's personal life has faced considerable challenges. After his divorce from Ellen Barkin in 1999, he spent many years battling alcoholism and depression, struggles he candidly discussed in his memoir, Walking with Ghosts, 2020. Byrne also revealed that he had been sexually abused as a child, a traumatic experience that haunted him throughout his life. He has 2 children with Barkin and now lives in New York with his second wife, filmmaker Hannah Beth King, whom he married in 2014. Beyond acting, he remains active in community arts initiatives and efforts to preserve Irish heritage. As of 2025, his estimated net worth is approximately $8 million. Ellen Barkin as Kathleen Reilly. Ellen Barkin portrayed Kathleen Reilly, the late mother of 2 young boys, Tito and Ossie. Although her screen time was brief, Kathleen's character served as the emotional centerpiece that propelled the film's entire journey. Her death not only shattered the Reilly family but also symbolized the loss of roots and nomadic identity. Barkin portrayed Kathleen through tender flashbacks and surreal sequences, evoking a presence that was both haunting and sacred. Ellen Barkin was born on April 16, 1954, in the Bronx, New York, into a working-class Jewish family. Her mother was a hospital administrator, and her father worked in sales. Before entering the world of cinema, Barkin studied history at Hunter College, later shifting her focus to acting and training at the Lee Strasberg Institute. By the time she joined Into the West, Barkin was already a celebrated star, known for her roles in Diner, 1982, Sea of Love, 1989, alongside Al Pacino, and especially The Big Easy, 1986. She stood out for her striking beauty, rebellious aura, and was often cast as a strong, emotionally complex woman. After Into the West, she maintained a steady career with numerous memorable roles, most notably in Switch, 1991, This Boy's Life, 1993, and as the lead in the TNT series Animal Kingdom, 2016 to 2019, where she delivered a powerful performance as Smurf Cody, a cunning and ruthless matriarch of a criminal family. Barkin was married to Gabriel Byrne from 1988 and had 2 children with him, but the couple separated in 1999. She later married billionaire Ronald Perlman in 2000, though that marriage ended tumultuously in 2006, marked by public disputes over finances. She has spoken openly about her mental health struggles, including depression and chronic insomnia, particularly in the aftermath of her divorces. In 2012, Ellen Barkin attracted media attention when she sold a jewelry collection worth over $20 million at Christie's. Her current estimated net worth is around $80 million US. Ciarán Fitzgerald as Ossie Reilly. Ciarán Fitzgerald played Ossie Reilly, the innocent and kind-hearted younger brother who shared a mystical bond with the magical horse Ciarán. At just 8 years old, Fitzgerald delivered an exceptional performance with emotional depth, from grief and loss to a yearning for freedom, becoming the pure heart of the film. Alongside his older brother Tito, he symbolized the desire to rise above one's fate. Ciarán Fitzgerald was born around 1983 in Ireland. His exact date of birth remains largely undisclosed. Into the West was his first role, and it remains the most memorable performance in his brief acting career. As a fresh face, Fitzgerald was selected after multiple rounds of casting thanks to his natural emotional expression and deeply expressive eyes. Behind the scenes, he was known as a well-behaved child actor, closely bonded with co-star Rúaidhrí Conroy, and was highly praised by director Mike Newell for his ability to connect with the audience without saying a word. According to Irish press reports and public records, he chose a quiet life and withdrew from the entertainment industry in the late 1990s. No major film or television roles have been documented since then. Currently, very little is known about Fitzgerald's private life. He does not use social media, rarely gives interviews, and has not appeared at any Into the West cast reunions or related film events. Some sources claim he once studied psychology at a university in Dublin, but this has never been officially confirmed. Though no longer active in the entertainment world, the image of a small Ossie riding his horse across the emerald fields remains etched in the memories of audiences. For many fans, Ciarán Fitzgerald will always be remembered as Ireland's dream child. His current net worth is undisclosed, and as of 2025, there is virtually no public information available about his private life, family, or marital status. Rúaidhrí Conroy as Tito Reilly. Rúaidhrí Conroy plays the role of Tito Reilly, an 11-year-old boy full of courage and compassion, the older brother of Ossie. Tito leads the magical escape journey with the horse Ciarán, embodying the spirit of fighting for justice and freedom. At just 13 years old, Conroy demonstrated an exceptional acting talent well beyond his years. Rúaidhrí Conroy was born in 1979 in Dublin, Ireland, the son of veteran actor Brendan Conroy. Exposed to the performing arts from a young age, Rúaidhrí developed a rare confidence and emotional control. Into the West marked a turning point in his career, earning him national recognition. Behind the camera, Conroy is a quiet individual who enjoys reading and has a greater passion for theater than for film. Director Mike Newell once praised him as a young actor capable of bringing depth to a character naturally, without needing much direction. The role of Tito brought him into the spotlight and opened many doors to future professional acting opportunities. After the success of Into the West, Rúaidhrí Conroy continued to pursue a career in both stage and screen acting. He appeared in The Last of the High Kings, 1996, and made a strong impression on the international stage with his performance in Martin McDonagh's play The Cripple of Inishmaan, a role that earned him the Theatre World Award in 1998 in New York. Unlike many actors of his generation, Conroy chose a career rooted in the theatre, appearing regularly at the Abbey Theatre, Ireland's national theatre. He is known for being extremely private, staying out of the media spotlight and refraining from using social media. However, within Ireland's arts community, he is deeply respected for his dedication to the craft and his modest lifestyle. As of 2025, Rúaidhrí Conroy remains active in the arts. He has not publicly disclosed any information about his marital status or family, and has stayed free from any scandals. His net worth is estimated between $500,000 and $700,000, mainly stemming from his theater work and occasional appearances in film. David Kelly as Grandpa Ward. David Kelly plays the role of Tito and Ossie's grandfather, a character rich in depth, blending humor with melancholy. At the age of 73, he portrays a grandfather who was once the king of the travelers, the leader of the nomadic community, but now lives a quiet, weary life beside an old television set. It is the return of the horse Ciarán that awakens him and helps rekindle a sense of adventure in his grandchildren. David Kelly was born on July 11, 1929, in Dublin, Ireland. He had a difficult childhood following the early death of his father and had to work various side jobs, from painting to working at the post office, before finding his calling in theater. He was one of the few Irish actors to pursue both classical drama and comedy, earning recognition in both the UK and the US. Before Into the West, he gained fame through his role as Rasher's Tierney in Strumpet City, 1980, and was later well loved for his appearance in the television series Fawlty Towers as the non-English-speaking guest. By the time he acted in Into the West, Kelly was already a legend of the Abbey Theatre stage and was deeply respected by his younger co-stars. David Kelly's career continued to flourish. He appeared in major films such as Waking Ned Devine, 1998, and most notably as Grandpa Joe in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, 2005, which brought his name back into the Hollywood limelight in his 70s. This role earned him affection from global audiences for his gentle, heartfelt performance. Kelly led a private personal life, living with his wife, actress Laurie Morton, for over 50 years until his passing. They had one son. Steering clear of scandals, he spent most of his time reading, gardening, and writing poetry. David Kelly passed away on February 12, 2012, in Dublin at the age of 82 due to lung cancer. His funeral was held at Mount Jerome Cemetery, the final resting place of many renowned Irish artists. At the time of his death, his estate was estimated to be worth approximately $1.5 million, earned mainly from theater, television, and international film roles. Colm Meaney as Barriler. Colm Meaney plays Barriler Reilly, the single father of Tito and Ossie, a former wandering traveler who has now settled in a public housing complex in Dublin. At the age of 39, Meaney portrayed Barriler as a man of layered emotions, strong yet wounded, determined yet helpless, as he gives up his nomadic past to raise his sons in modern society. He serves as the link between a fading nomadic heritage and the present-day urban life. Colm Meaney was born on May 30th, 1953 in Dublin, Ireland. Coming from a working-class family, he began studying acting at the age of 14 at the Abbey Theatre School. Before becoming a professional actor, he took on various manual jobs to support himself while pursuing an artistic career in London. Before appearing in Into the West, Colm had already attracted attention for his role as Miles O'Brien in the Star Trek: The Next Generation series, a role that spanned nearly a decade and made him a familiar face on American television. Following the success of Into the West, Colm Meaney continued to solidify his position in both television and film. He returned in a number of notable movies, including The Snapper, 1993, The Van, 1996, and especially The Damned United, 2009, in which he played Coach Don Revie. In 2020, he took on the role of Edward Hogg in the series Gangs of London, proving that his appeal remained strong even in his 70s. Colm was previously married to Barbara Dowling, the daughter of legendary stage actor Vincent Dowling. After their divorce, he remarried Inès Glorian, a French designer, with whom he has 2 daughters. He divides his time between Dublin and Spain, enjoying a peaceful life away from the spotlight of show business. As of 2025, he remains active in the arts and is regarded as one of the most enduring Irish actors in the industry. According to Celebrity Net Worth, Colm Meaney's estimated wealth is around $10 million, primarily earned from American television and international film roles. John Kavanagh as Hartnett. John Kavanagh plays Inspector Hartnett, a character who represents the institutional power structure, rigid, at times cold, standing in stark contrast to Barriler and the traveler community. At the age of 47, when taking on this role, Kavanagh brought a sharpness and authority to the character, making a strong impression despite limited dialogue. John Kavanagh was born in 1946 in Dublin, Ireland. He came from a traditional working-class family and once worked as a carpenter and stage security guard to support his dream of becoming an actor. Formally trained at the Abbey Theatre, Ireland's national theatre, Kavanagh emerged in the 1970s as a notable presence in classical roles. Before Into the West, he had appeared in various films such as Cal, 1984, and Braveheart, 1995, filmed around the same time as Into the West's post-production, often portraying psychologically complex characters, antagonists, or authoritative figures. Behind the scenes, John was known for being meticulous and disciplined, always thoroughly preparing for each scene. Following Into the West, John Kavanagh maintained a steady career across both stage and television. He gained international recognition for his role as the seer in the acclaimed series Vikings, 2013 to 2020, where his mysterious appearance and solemn voice made the character an iconic presence in the show. In addition to Vikings, he also appeared in Alexander, 2004, directed by Oliver Stone, as well as numerous classical theatre productions in Ireland. Despite his fame, he led a private life, staying out of the media spotlight and rarely discussing personal matters. John Kavanagh is married to Sheila Mann, a literature teacher, and they have 3 children, including a youngest son who works as a film director. As of 2025, he is still alive at the age of 79, residing in the suburbs of Dublin and occasionally attending Irish film events. His estimated net worth is approximately $3 million, earned primarily from the Vikings series, international film roles, and endorsements for Irish whiskey brands. Brendan Gleeson as Inspector Bolger. Brendan Gleeson plays Inspector Bolger, a police officer who symbolizes systemic oppression and bias. His character serves as a stark depiction of the injustices faced by the traveler community in Ireland. At the time he took on this role, Gleeson was 37 years old and still relatively unfamiliar to mainstream film audiences. Brendan Gleeson was born in 1955 in Dublin, Ireland. Before pursuing acting, he worked as a teacher of English and Irish, and only began his professional acting career at the age of 34. A relatively late start. However, he quickly proved his talent on the stage of the Abbey Theatre and gradually transitioned into film. His role in Into the West was one of his first appearances on a film set, yet it already showcased his sharpness and distinctive presence. Off-screen, Gleeson was known for his good humor, but also for his intense dedication to his craft, never seen without the script in hand throughout the shoot. From a rising actor, Brendan Gleeson went on to become one of the pillars of Irish cinema, gaining international acclaim. After Into the West, he made a lasting impression with his portrayal of Martin Cahill in The General, 1998, and later broke into Hollywood with Braveheart, 28 Days Later, in Bruges, and the Harry Potter series, as Mad-Eye Moody. Brendan has been married to Mary Weldon since 1982, and they have 4 sons, including Domhnall Gleeson, a well-known actor recognized for roles in Ex Machina, Star Wars, and About Time. Brendan leads a simple life in the suburbs of Dublin, plays the fiddle, and has performed traditional Irish music. In 2023, he received an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actor for The Banshees of Inisherin, further cementing his legendary status in the film world. As of 2025, Brendan Gleeson is 70 years old, still active in the arts, and widely regarded as one of the most respected figures in Ireland. His estimated net worth is around $8 million, primarily earned through film, theater, and endorsement deals, including one with Guinness Beer. Though not every actor from Into the West went on to have a prominent career, each cast member left a unique impression on audiences. Every real-life story offers a truthful glimpse behind the scenes of Hollywood, not just the spotlight, but also the untold personal journeys. If you come across any inaccuracies in this information, please don't hesitate to leave a comment. We truly value all feedback to help improve our videos in the future. Don't forget to subscribe to Hollywood Movie Stars for more captivating content.